So I understand that many people or almost everyone is new to this software of Power BI. And let me tell you that you are going to have an interesting 1 hour from now, because we are going to deep dive into Power BI and we are going to understand how data analysis can help you visualize the data or understand the data in a more meaningful manner. Now, without taking much of your time, I will be directly jumping to the presentation of Power BI. Since everyone is new to Power BI, first I will be showing you the theory behind it, the how it works, and secondly, we are going to see the actual software. Okay, so today you are going to have a feel of what Power BI is and how you can use Power BI and why it is important to learn Power BI if you are working with data. You may be at any profile, if you may be in any corporate. Power BI is something which is required everywhere nowadays. And if you know Power BI, then you are the most looked after resource in your organization. Okay. What we'll be talking about today? We'll talk about how Power BI helps you in unlocking insights on any data, how you can turn your data into a business advantage. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is the full form of BI? What do you understand by the word BI in Power BI? You must have heard about this before, right? So what is BI in Power BI? Any guesses? Okay, what is AI? AI, the word is very used, frequently used nowadays. AI. Okay, so Kamal has given the answer.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes, AI is artificial intelligence. What I was talking about is, AI, BI, right? Artificial intelligence and business intelligence. Do you know what is HI? If AI is artificial intelligence, BI is business intelligence, what would be HI? You can throw your answers in the chat box. Come on. Let it be a participative session, interactive session. So what is HI? Human intelligence, maybe. Yes, Sakshi, you are right. It is human intelligence. Okay. And so we are so much after AI that we are forgetting that we are humans and humans also have some intelligence. Okay. But exceptions are always there. You know what I'm talking about? Exceptions are always there. So those exceptions are having a different kind of intelligence, which is called as NI. So what is NI now? NI. AI is artificial intelligence, BI is business intelligence, HI is intelligence. What is NI? Normal intelligence. Okay. Natural intelligence. Okay. Anyone else who would like to try? Okay, let me give you the answer. It is no intelligence at all. Okay, so I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Okay, so we have AI, we have BI, we have HI, and we have no intelligence. Some people do not have any sense of what they are doing. Okay, and sometimes we also in life lose sense of what we are doing, right? So to get us a sense of what we are doing, what is happening, right? We are learning about BI, business intelligence. Okay, so AI is no intelligence, okay, at all. So the world of data is changing. How it is changing? You can see that the data is increasing at a speed of 10x over the last 5 years. The data which was available earlier, now it is in the 5x times than before. 80% of new data types. Data is coming from different sources, different data types, right? So earlier, when you see Mughals ages and all, there was no maps and all. There was nothing. But now you have Google Map, okay? And nowadays, if you have updated your maps and it is Google is working on it, now when you go to the street and you open your Google Map, it will actually show you the titles of the shops and the places nearby and how much you are at a distance from any person or any place. So the world of data is evolving and the data is going to a different stage, right? So we are getting more and more details and bulk of data is there. So that is why it is called as a big data. Then there is a consumerization of IT. Now, what is consumerization of IT? Okay. Now, can you imagine your life without internet? Can you ever imagine your life without internet? without connectivity, without social media, it is not possible, right? This session would not have been possible without Zoom. Okay. So there is a commercialization of IT. Everyone is using infrastructure or IT to for their business, to enhance their business, to grow, right? To scale up, to be visible. If someone is not there, that means that person do not have any virtual identity. So it is important to have our virtual identity also. On an average, an adult uses 4.3 devices. Okay, so on an average, you are using 3 4 devices. You are having a phone, you're having a laptop, you're having a iPad or a iPod, right? And you might be using 3 4 devices also. So a lot of data is being exchanged over the world, and it is very important to understand the data, how to read the data. So you can see a quote is there which is reading, by 2025, organization that built a modern information management system will outperform their peers financially by 50%. So it's not about who has a good product. It's about who can sell that product more, who can reach out to maximum customer, who can find out what is the demand of the people in the market and provide the product accordingly. So everyone should have access to data they need. And we don't wait for the data, right? We want immediate results. When you ask any question to AI, does AI give you the instant result, or do you have to wait for a week or an hour or a month to get the? What do you say, guys? Do we get the instant result in fraction of seconds, or do we have to wait for the result? क्या लगता है आपको? When you ask AI any question, you get immediate results or you get a delay in the result. There is a delay in the result. What do you say? You can put your
We
answer.
got immediate results.
Yes, we got immediate results.
Immediate results.
Yes, yes, we get immediate results, and that is why AI is being used. If AI is giving you some result after some time, or there is a lag in the result, do you think it will be much more popular? No. So nowadays, because we are living in the 21st century, 5G data is being used, 5G communication is going on. So everything is very fast, and a lot of time and energy is in. So we want fast results. So powerful new way to look with data. Now, when I talk about data, what software comes to your mind? Which software comes to your mind when I talk about data? When I use the word data, which application or software you can relate it with?
Excel.
Excel, correct. So Excel is a commonly used software for data, for storing data, or for analyzing data, for presenting the data into the form of charts and graphs, right? So if you are working in any organization, if you are a teacher also, you take attendance, right? If you're a teacher and you take attendance, which software you use to create the attendance sheet? It is Excel. If you go to any hospital, you see the patient records and the number of patients and all, it is all stored in Excel. So Excel is a very basic software. But now we will be going to look at how we can combine Excel with Power BI and how we can make powerful analysis of the data. Because see, if I show you the data in the tabular form, which is a huge data, you will not be able to get any meaningful information from the data. But if I show you one picture, if I show you some chart, you will be easily able to understand the data or get meaningful insight from the data. That is what we are going to learn in Power BI. And when you are learning Power BI, basically it's a 3-step process. The first step is discover. You discover the data. What are the data components? What are the information stored in the data? Second, you analyze. You try to get some information from the data. Now, what do you mean by analysis? For example, let us say Tata is there, right? So Tata Motors, we talk about. Tata Motors are having different types of car. They are selling Tata Nano also. They are selling Jaguar. They are selling some other cars. Now, Mr. Tata wants to know what is the growth of my cars? Which car is the top model car? Which segment is growing very fast? So if the data is presented by the manager in the form of Excel, okay. Now, do you think that will impress Mr. Tata? Mr. Tata will be able to draw any analysis of the data if the data is presented in an Excel form? No, the answer is no. So how the data should be communicated? The data should be presented in the form of a presentation or in form of charts so that meaningful information can be drawn and easy analysis can be done. So that is possible using Power BI, right? So when we use Excel for analysis, what do? We discover the data, we analyze, visualize, and we explore. So in Power BI, you can build many different data models. You can bring different data models, and each data model will have different tables, right? So we can have data coming from different tables. And now we will connect all these tables and we'll try to create some visuals. So this is all possible in Power BI. You can see this. Are you able to see the beautiful India map with some bars coming from the down? Can you see that visual on the screen? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes. So it's a 3D visual. It's a 3D visual. You can create a map using Power BI. In Excel, it is not possible to create a map, but in Power BI, it is possible. So now let us look into the data. Then I will come back to this PPT because you might get bored by looking at the PPT, right? So now let us go and deep dive into the actual real world of Power BI. And before I share my screen and open the software, let me show you the website through which you can download this software. Okay. So how many of you have already downloaded Power BI? You can write down yes in the chat box if you've already downloaded. If you are yet to download, you can download, you can write down no. Now see, it's a free software. You don't have to pay anything. Okay. What you need to do is you need to go to the Microsoft website. When you are on the Microsoft website, okay, it's a Microsoft product. So when you are on the Microsoft website, you can just look for the different products Microsoft is offering. The product is Power BI. One of the product is Power BI. So I'm just typing Power BI over here. And when you type Power BI, you will get a mention of Power BI desktop. We are going to learn and we are going to work with Power BI desktop. Okay. So download the Power BI desktop from the Microsoft website. Okay. So when you open this link, which I've shared in the group, you will be directed to the Microsoft Store. Okay. And here you will get an option of Power BI desktop. You just need to click on install. When you click on install, it will take you to another dialog box of Power. Okay, it will take some 800 or 900 MB of your space and some data, and you will get this amazing software. Okay, so you can download it now if you are using, if you're logged in through your laptop, if you're logged in through your mobile, then you can do it later on. Okay, so today we are going to do very basic things, and from tomorrow, if you are continue with the journey of learning Power BI, and if you join this course, okay, it will be a paid course. Then you can actually work on Power BI with me. So now I'm stopping the screen share for the time being, and I am sharing the Power BI window now. Okay. So we are directly jumping to the interface of Power BI, how Power BI look like, and how you can work with it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a sense of what it feels like working with the software, which is the data visualization software. Okay. What you see is a Power BI software. Okay. What you see on the screen is a Power BI application, or you can call it as a software also. Now, when you open Power BI, you will have a feel like Excel. Okay. Now, how many of you use Excel at your work? How many of you have used Excel?
First one is the Excel.
Yes.
First one is the Excel.
Sorry, I did.
Input data from
Yes, you input data from Excel. Okay. So I'm sharing one more screen with you, and now you will see an Excel file. Is my Excel screen visible to everyone?
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So now I'm going to show you a database, okay, in Excel, and I'm going to share this file also in the chat box so that those who want, they can practice it afterwards. Do not try to practice right now, okay? But you can practice it afterwards. You just concentrate on what I'm doing, because if you try to do it alone, you might not get what I want to explain. So for today's class, don't try to do it with me. Okay, you just concentrate on what is happening on the screen, and tomorrow or maybe after this session, you can practice everything. Okay, so I've shared the file in the chat box. Okay, you can, so just yeah, it is by the name sales master file. It is coming in the chat. You would be able to download this Excel file. Now, as the name suggests, what data it should have? Sales master file. It should have the sales data. So we have a date column, we have a month column, we have a year column, we have a day column, we have product key, we have region, we have customer ID, we have territory key, we have city, order number, selling price, quantity, sales, and sales category. Okay, guys, my Excel is visible to everyone. So you can see how many columns are there. If I ask you how many columns are there, anyone? A to N, how many columns are there? How many columns?
13.
13. Can you count again?
14.
14.
14 actually. 14 is the right answer. We have 14 columns. Okay. So how do you find out? I did not count it on my fingers. So when you select the columns in the Excel on the towards the down, you will get the count. Can you see this 14 over here at the bottom of the screen, Excel screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So there are 14 columns. And if you want to see how many rows are there, so if can anyone read out what is the last row number you can see on the Excel screen? Just read out the last row number.
280,503.
280503. That means 2,80,503 records are there. Okay. So, and if you see, now see, you understand that how big the data is. Excel can support. Okay, let me ask you, how many rows can Excel support? How many data, how many rows of data can Excel keep? This is 2,80,000. But how many rows you have any idea? Since you're already using Excel, so I'm asking a question from Excel itself. So how many rows do you think Excel can take? Can you see the number on the screen? On the left hand side, can you read? Can anyone read the last row of Excel?
So it's more than 10 lakhs.
It is more than 10 lakhs. So we can say it is 1 million. 10 lakhs is equal to 1 million, right? So 10 lakh 48,576 or 1 million rows data Excel can support. We are having 2,80,000 rows. Okay. Now, if you analyze the data is having different columns. Okay. So if I click on here and I zoom in I'm zooming my screen so that you can read it properly. I will be asking some questions. You have to give me some answers. Okay. How many years data it is? How many are there in this data set?
3 years data.
3 years data. Very good. 2016, 17, 18. Okay. So you could answer because I had put the filter on. Okay. How many regions are there in the data? How many regions are there in the data?
4.
4 regions. North, east, south, west. Very good. Perfect. How many cities are there in the data? How many cities are there in the data? Now you cannot answer. In years, you quickly said 3. When I showed you region, you quickly said 4. When I'm showing you city, you are taking time. So how many cities? We cannot count them, right? So we'll take some time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Till Jaipur it is 8. Then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. and 18, 19, 20 cities. Okay, 20 cities. And if I ask you how many orders, it will be too many. Can anyone guess how many orders would be there in the data set?
280.
280503. Correct. You are
Yes,
absolutely
yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah, it was actually common sense based question. Sometimes I do ask questions which are based on common sense and no technical knowledge is required. Okay, so I showed you that it is the data is having 2,80,503 rows. So it will be unique number for each row. So each row will have a different order. So 2,80,000 orders are there. And then you have the sales quantity and all. And then in the sales category, there are three categories: high, medium, and low. Right? So you all get a glimpse of the data. Any questions based on the data set? Any doubt on the data? You all know what the data is all about. Data is all about a company sales, which is coming from 3 years, which is divided into 4 regions. And there are 2,80,000 records. And the sales is divided into three categories, that is low sales, medium sales, and high sales. Okay. Now, if I ask you some questions, like I am the owner of this company, okay, and you are working as an accountant in my company, or you are the finance executive, okay, and we are having a review of the performance of the company. You have come to my cabin and I'm asking some questions to you. The first question is, so let me pick one participant from the yes, and I'll be asking some questions. You have to answer. Okay. So, are you all ready, guys? Can I ask some questions to specific persons in the chat, in the meeting? Okay. So, my first question goes to Sachin. Sachin, if I ask you what is the total sales in the year 2016, how would you answer me this question?
I'll filter out this 2016. I'll make a pivot of this. I'll
Okay.
use Excel.
Okay. Fine. So, great. So you'll use a pivot table. Okay. So I'm just holding on this answer. Okay. Let me ask some more people. We have some girls in the group on the in the chat. So let me ask someone. Sakshi. Yes. Can you tell me how would you find out what is the total sales of 2016?
I guess so. Pivot.
Pivot. Okay. Anyone who can tell me how to get the answer using a formula in Excel?
Select first column and use the shift key and control key.
Okay.
It automatically show in the count.
That is okay. But see, I want to get the sum of sales here. So
Sum if formula.
correct. Absolutely. Who was it? Can I know your name, please?
Sachin Gupta.
Sachin. Okay, very good. Anyone, like if you want to find out the sales for the year 2016, there are multiple ways of doing it. As Sakshi also mentioned, pivot table. Sachin also mentioned pivot table. Then someone mentioned that we can select and we can get the answer. But if I don't get the answer in this particular cell Q3, I cannot create a pivot table. What pivot table does? Now, how many of you don't know what is a pivot table? I will just show you what a pivot can do. Okay, what is a pivot table? And it is a very important tool in Excel. Okay, so we have seen the data set is 2,80,000 rows and there are 14 columns. Now, what the pivot is going to do is pivot table is going to summarize our data. We are going to summarize the data because this data is of no use if you cannot find out a simple answer to a question raised to you. Okay. So I asked you a question that I want to find out what is a sale in the year 2016. Now, what I did is I clicked on insert and I went to pivot table. Now, something like this. This is the layout of the pivot table. So on the left hand side, you have pivot table fields. This follows the pivot table fields. And then you have a layout over here. What I'm doing is I'm just picking sales and putting it in the values. I'm picking up sales and putting it in the values. Okay. Can anyone help me? What is this number? Can you read it out? I put some commas for your for easiness.
This is total sales of all the years.
It is the total sales of all the years, correct? 219 340 445 is the number. Okay. Now what I do is I just take up I add years to the row. I add years to the row. And now what do you see? You see 3 year sales. You see the sales for 2016. You see the sales for 2017. You see the sales for 2018. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So Sakshi, this is how we create a pivot table, right? Now, if the boss asks, okay, this is fine. Now I want to see the region wise sale. I want to understand how the regions are doing. So what should I do now? I want to add more details to the table. I want to add the region names along with the years. What should I do now?
Region
Anyone?
should come to the filter column.
Region should come to the filter column. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want to filter. I want to see all the 4 regions.
I think
Okay.
it's come to the column.
Yes. Yes. I was coming to it. Now see, whenever you are dealing with data, data is a two-dimensional data. Two-dimensional data means presented in the form of row and column. Excel is nothing, but it is a combination of row and column. And a combination of row and column in Excel is called as, yes, I'm asking, a combination of or a intersection of row and column in Excel is called as what? Yes, people. जब एक कॉलम एक रो के साथ मिलता है तो जो बनता है
So cell.
cell. We have so many cells in a body also, right? And in the Excel also you have cells. So this is a cell and every cell has its address. So this is A4 2016, right? So what we'll do is the data is stored in the rows and columns. So in the row we have this years, in the column we have sales. What I'm doing is I'm bringing the region into column. And you see what happens to the table. What has happened to the table now? Has the table expanded, everyone? हमारी table बड़ी हो गई. And now we can see along with the years, we have the region also, and we can see the region wise sales for every year. So do you understand what we just did in the last 5 minutes? We had come from this humongous data, this big data, this huge data to this summarized data. Okay, have we come from this? So how did you like this? Okay, show you one more thing. Let me show you one more thing. Let us make a chart out of this. Let us convert this into a chart. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm hiding this table. And now I'm going to ask you some question. Okay, and I want participation from everyone. Okay, everyone be active in the chat box. And if you want, you can unmute and answer also, correct? So I'm asking some question. This is the chart which is showing 3 years and 4 bar represent 4 regions. Okay, and this is the sales. So my first question to everyone, in the year 2017, which region has the lowest sales?
East.
Are you sure?
I think it's south.
South or east? Who said east?
East.
I said East. Sakshi.
East है sir.
East है, confirm. लॉक कर दिया जाए.
100%. Yes sir. East.
लॉक कर दिया जाए. Okay.
Yes sir.
2017 में ईस्ट को लॉक कर देते हैं और देखते हैं आंसर क्या है। सी, आंसर इज ईस्ट एवरीवन, आंसर इज ईस्ट। ठीक है, अभी मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इजी कर देता हूं। नाउ यू विल सी द लेवल्स आल्सो। चलिए, अभी जिसको भी कंफ्यूजन हुआ था और जिसने आंसर ईस्ट की जगह आई थिंक साउथ पीपल हैड सेड, नाउ कैन यू इजीली टेल मी which region has the lowest sale in the year 2017? Come on everyone, the answer is, ठीक है। अभी देखो, आपको ईस्ट ढूंढने के लिए थोड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ी बिकॉज यू कुड सी द कलर एंड देन यू कुड कोरिलेटेड विद द लेजेंड्स ओवर हियर। लेट मी मेक इट मोर सिंपलर फॉर यू। Let me make it more simpler for you, and let me make it more simpler. So we are doing one more change in the data. Okay, and yes, okay, so now if I ask you now, it'll be easy. So we have added a category to our label. Okay, and now you can see east. Similarly, you can put for everywhere. Okay, you can put it everywhere and you'll be able to see. Now see, the data did not have any numbers. So I'm just removing the numbers. Still, you could answer me which region has the highest sale. How come? Why? Like how you could answer me? Achha, if I ask you one more question, I'll ask you one more question. In the year 2018, which region has the highest sales? 2018
West.
and highest sales.
West.
West. How, without seeing the numbers, you are able to answer? Tell me. Without the numbers, you are answering me.
Because from the data height, yeah.
Correct. You can see that the bars represent the sales for different regions. Each region is represented by a color. So the west is represented by blue color, and blue color bar is the tallest among all the others. Height इसका सबसे ज्यादा है, तो इसकी सेल सबसे ज्यादा होगी. Correct? This is how we are making out. So this is the power of visualization. This is the power of having a picture in front of you instead of having numbers. Now, if I remove this chart for the timing, if I hide this chart, let me hide this. And if I have this table only, and if I ask you the same question, which year, okay, now I'm talking about the year, which year South region has the lowest sale? In which year South region has the lowest sale?
2018.
2018, right? Now, when you want to find this answer, you have to go through the numbers and then you applied mathematics and then you could compare and you could tell कि 18 का sale सबसे कम has the lowest sale. But if I show you the chart again without showing you the table, and if I ask you the same question, okay, if I ask you the same question, let me put this chart on top of the table. And let me ask you the same question. Okay, the question is, which year South has the lowest sale? In which year, sorry. In which year South has the lowest sale? So by looking at the chart, you can also answer now. Okay, by looking at the chart, you'll be able to answer. How you'll be able to answer? Because what you'll do is you look for South first. So you look at the green bar and you will compare the height of all the three green bars, and through that you will be able to. Okay. Maybe now it'll be little dicey because 2016 and 17 look similar. 2018 also looks similar, right? But when you have the table, you will be able to understand it more better format. Okay. So this is how, when we present the data into a pictorial form, we are able to comprehend the data in a much better way as compared to having the data in a tabular form. Now this is Excel, right? Now the same thing you can do in Power BI also. Okay. Now I am coming to my Power BI screen. Okay, we will be ending this session at 9 o'clock exactly. So in the last 10 minutes, we have 10 minutes. Stay for the 10 minutes. And now I'm going to show you the magic of Power BI. Okay, and how do you actually work with Power BI? So it's a data visualization tool. Convert your data into visuals using Power BI. Okay, that we can do in Excel also, but Excel has many limitations which Power BI do not have, right? And Power BI is the most looked after and used software for visualization nowadays. Why? The first reason is that you can connect to multiple data sources in Power BI. And if I ask you, like, how many data sources do you think Power BI can? What would be your answer? Just give me a guess. Just give me a number. Just guess a number. Power BI is a software which can connect to multiple data sources to import the data, extract the data, and load the data and create visuals. My question is, what do you think? How many data set can Power BI connect to? You have to give me a number in the chat box, or you can answer unmute and answer. Just give me a guesswork. How many data sources can a Power BI can connect to? And how many data sources you work with? आपने कितने data sources के साथ काम किया है? Data source क्या होता है? Excel is a data source, then PDF is a data source, then your Google Drive is a data source, then your SQL Server is a data source, your Oracle is a data source, your cloud is a data source. Okay, so how many data sources have you worked with or have you seen in your studies or at your work? And how many data sources do you think Power BI can connect to? Everyone answer in the chat box.
More than 100.
More than 100. Okay. Anyone else who want to bet than 100 or less than 100 or 200 or 500 or what? See, I'll show you. Okay. So the exact answer is 148. Number is increasing every month. At present, Power BI can connect to 140 data sources, different data sources. The first one is Excel. You can see a list, a long list is there, right? If you have time, you can count it. Okay, you can install Power BI and you can go to get data from all sources. These are the different sources, right? These are the different sources through which a Power BI can import data. Now we are going to start with Excel. So I will click on Excel and I'll go to connect. So what we are doing is we are importing the data into Power BI from an Excel file. So my Excel file which I used was sales master file which I've shared with you. So I'm just opening that folder and I will import this file. So this is the first step in Power BI. You have to import a data. Power BI doesn't have any data of its own. It doesn't store any data also. You have to connect to a data source and then work on it. So can you see that there is some connection going on and data is getting imported into Power BI? Can you see that? Hello everyone. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
What do you see on the screen? What do you see on the screen? What is written on the screen?
Sales
What-
region and seat.
Yeah, but on top of that, what is written in the black font, dark bold?
Sales
No, on top
display
of the
option.
screen. Huh?
Display
Can you see the
option
word?
salesman.
No, can you see the navigator word written? Navigator. Navigate. Yes, Sachin. Can you all see navigator?
Yes,
So
sir.
what navigator is doing, it is actually looking into the Excel sheet and it is showing you that there is a table in the Excel sheet and there is a sheet. Actually, both are having the same information. When I click on sales region, it is going to show me the same table, same Excel. Do you see date, month, year, date, product key, region, and customer ID and all this thing, right? When I click on this sheet one also, it is going to give me the same result. It is going to give me the same result. Do you see that? Now, when you load the data, it will be loaded into Power BI. It will be loaded into Power BI. So now we are getting the data into the Power BI. And once we import the data, what we are going to do is we are going to create a visual from this data. We are going to have a visual representation from the data. So the
Wha-
yes,
Once you said Power BI desktop, from with that we can connect any data from any different resources.
yes. You can connect to 148 different sources from Power BI desktop.
Okay.
Yeah. When you click on get data, you will get a complete list of all the data sources that in Power BI. So based on the size of the file, it will take some time to load the data. Okay. The bigger the file, the more time it will take. The smaller the file, the less time it will take. So once the data is loaded, then you can work on the data. Okay. So in tomorrow's session, I will be going to show you how you can actually work with the data and create visuals in Power BI. The same way we have created a visual in Excel also. Okay. So the class is going to be at the same time 8 to 9 p.m. Okay. And those who want to register for this course or you want to get more information about this course, I'm sharing you a link into the chat. Okay, I'm sharing a link into the chat. So you can see that the data is loaded, 80,502 rows loaded. Okay. So just let me give you a quick overview of what we are going to do tomorrow. Okay. And I'm going to share one link in the chat. You can fill up that Google form. Okay. And you will be added details and the fees and everything for this course. Okay. It is a paid course and it is for dedicated persons who want to learn Power BI and want to become data analyst, or you are looking for some role in data analytics, or if you are using Excel, or if you're working, if you're entrepreneur or you are a professional and you want to build a career, you want to use Power BI for your own practice or anything, you can also enroll for this course, right? So the form link has been shared in the chat. So you can see the data is loaded. What I'll do is I will simply put the sales into the canvas area. I will just drag and drop one figure. I've just drag and dropped one figure and you will see something happening here. Okay. And it is very simple. It is just drag and drop. But there are a lot of functions, a lot of calculations, a lot of visualization which is there. Now, what do you see, guys, on the screen? What do you see? Do you see one number? Do you see one number on the screen?
Yes, sir.
What is this number? 219M. So is it similar to the number in the Excel which we got? Is it similar to the number in the Excel that we got? Can you see my Excel screen now? Is my Excel screen visible?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
219 million, correct? 219 million is the total sales. And here also in Power BI, you can see the same number. So to create a pivot table, what we go to insert and pivot table, then we did a drag and drop. But in Power BI, I just selected sales and it is showing me this number. Now let me select year also. From the date, I will select year. Let me select year. And now what do you see? Guys, do you see a line? And do you see a downward trend? 2016, 17, 18, there is a graph which is going down. Do you see that?
yes, sir.
Yes. So by just dragging and dropping the data, we can present the data in different format. This is actually the use of Power BI.